Thanks so much for joining us. We're interviewing the readers, healers, and vendors that are at our Metaphysical Empowerment events. And I'm here today with Kerri Russell. So Kerri, tell us a bit about your work. What is it that you share at our events?
Sure, I'd love to. I do body processes and classes in regards to access consciousness tools. And so I teach what's called the bars class, and that's learning the 32 points on the head that when gently touched can bring about a lot of change, whether it's relaxation, de-stress, blockages, those things that we generally go to energy practitioners for. And along with the bars, there's some other additional body processes that I do. And as far as being a practitioner, I do one-on-one energy sessions.
Right, so you said access consciousness, and then in particular you're practicing bars or teaching bars. Is there other part of access consciousness that you use in your work?
Yeah, there's a lot of cognitive tools that they market and promote that are just amazing tools, very, very, very simple, yet so powerful, that I started studying access consciousness about 3.5 years ago, and it's done a lot for me in my overall well-being, whether it's the energy processes or just the daily tools that we use when we're going about our daily business, and just kind of helps shift our mindsets to create some change, and just very empowering tools, really. And so sometimes I'll do some of the tools as we're working together with a client, and just in my own life. And then in addition to using the tools and the energy sessions, what's happened for me is my intuition has kicked in. So I'm way more intuitive now, and I can read people's energies. I never thought that was even possible for someone like me to do, but it has created a lot for me. And so I pass on my knowledge of what I've learned and tips and tools and tricks to the clients I work with and the people who take classes.
Yeah, so it sounds like access consciousness has been a big part of how you've awakened and how you've discovered that you want to share something with people, and then it is maybe the primary thing that you do share with people.
I do, and then in addition to the access body processes, my own gifts have come through that I didn't even know I had.
So tell me about those. Yeah, what are those different kinds of things that are happening?
I've developed something that I've kind of named it the Meridian Flow technique, because my business was always Meridian Learning Northwest. I'm a school teacher, and so my idea originally was to teach whether it was meditation or mindfulness with students and young adults. And so it's kind of morphed into a way more than I expected. And so Meridian Learning has kind of become Meridian Flow, where I do a lot more energy work. So it's about the flow in the body. So just increasing flow. And so what I most notably will do is, what I find is someone has, whether it's a headache or a little body ache or that sort of thing, I can put into non-touch approach, where I just can feel in the body where I need to be, and it helps release those tensions or whatever it is that the person is struggling with, to restore more flow and help promote wellness and healing.
So I'm just some language for people that might be watching and don't know. It might be great if you say something about meridians in the body. And then also, did I understand what you're saying is that you bring attention to particular things in you and in them, and you're able to impact them energetically without touch? Is that?
Yeah, I don't necessarily even need to know what is going on in the body. I just naturally will go to that spot. So if someone says, I had some ankle pain, my hands will go to the ankle and just work with the body with sometimes pretty subtle movements. And it helps I'm just working on an energetic level with that person. And so when I say Meridian has so many meanings to my business, because I was originally, Meridian Learning was going to be about steering and guiding students and children into thinking about a ship in the Meridian. When you are navigating through the ocean on a ship, I was helping kids. So that's part of why it's Meridian. And then also I do not do acupuncture, but we talk about it in acupuncture and the healing process that acupuncture brings to people. They talk about meridians in the system. So the meridians are also in your body system. So it's just kind of a little play on words a little bit.
Yeah. So, and I don't even know the exact definition of meridians, but there are particular places where there's like energy flow or energy movement or energy connection in the body, right?
Correct. So I can't state that I'm truly working on the meridians, It's more of just capturing that name because it has multiple meanings and it kind of encompasses all of what I do.
And it might be ways that you are doing that and it's intuitive and you don't even know how you're doing that.
Exactly.
That's great.
It's hard to explain in some ways. I do know that it works, and people have been, it alleviated a lot of just ailments that people have had struggled with, which is kind of the aches and pains of our bodies.
Yeah, that's great. And what are some of the examples, you've given a little bit, that people might come to you at an event and have bars with you? What are some of the typical things that you'd work with people?
So I generally at the metaphysical fairs, because there's quite a few people coming through, we generally do about 20-minute sessions or so. And so people will sit down, and 20 minutes is a great amount of time to be able to benefit from what the bars can offer. And so again, the bars are 32 points in total. If you did a full 60 to 90-minute session, you would hit all 32. So what I ask the people is, what are they coming to me for? What they could change anything, what would they like? And so sometimes it's usually issues around money, or maybe it's healing work, or maybe it's emotional difficulties. And so I'll focus on the points that are just correspond with those specific areas. So, because what the bars does is it helps to release the energetic processes that are around our thoughts, feelings, and emotions, and judgments and considerations about these different aspects of our life. So whether it's, like I said, money is just an obvious example that a lot of people struggle with. So if they have some blockages around money, this just helps release that. So you're not judging your money issues as good or bad, right or wrong. They just are. So what if we just release some of those thoughts, feelings, and emotions around it? It just brings more ease to the body. And so you kind of unlock some of those stuck things that we tend to stick in our bodies that we don't even know are there. And so over time, it can really change a lot with just the ease and the flow.
Yeah, so decreasing attachment, decreasing the stickiness of the emotions, opening up more spaciousness and creativity, and like so more is possible in shifting out of a place where someone might have previously thought they were stuck.
Correct. And so this is a mini session, so we're just going to focus on a little bit of those areas. And if nothing else, I always say it feels like you had a good massage, because it just feels relaxing. So if nothing else, you'll feel relaxed. And the benefits can come from any point from right when your session is over up to 3 weeks. So you don't always know, you might notice some changes a little bit down the road.
Yeah, integration, right? Like waves of the integration from the treatment. It's great.
Right.
So it sounds like access consciousness has been a big part of your own opening to want to be of service to people. Is there anything else you want to share about just your journey of like how you got into this work and how you found access the first time?
Who knew? I had no idea. This was just, and Lorelei, I credit you a lot with where I am right now with my business, because I originally came to the Metaphysical Fair as a person just checking it out to see if it's something I wanted to do, because I took a bars class, which is 1 8-hour class, and I thought I came to your event as a practitioner, and I really hoped no one would work with me, because I sat in the corner going, no one come, I just took a class, I don't know what the heck I'm doing. And one of your practitioners said, you're a healer. And I said, what? She goes, no, I just got that message that you're a healer. And I thought, I'm a school teacher, I just took this class, that's all I did. Well, 3.5 years later, I had no idea that I would be turning this into a business. And so I'm now a part-time teacher, a job share with another coworker, and I do this more than part-time. And I love this work so much.
Yeah, more than half time, right? It's growing.
More than half time.
Doing.
Yeah, and my goal is to do this full time, and then create this as my full time career, because it's just amazing work. I love it a lot.
That's great. I love it. Appreciate you sharing your story.
Yeah.
And how can people find you on the web if they want to learn more about you?
Sure. So probably the most active site is my Facebook page. So you can go to Kerri Russell, and my name's Kerri. Russell is Russell, 2 L's. And I do have a Facebook page, but I'm going to be creating my own here pretty soon, because I share a Facebook page, or a website with multiple practitioners, and that's vitalhealthgroup.com. It's VYTL, vitalhealthgroup.com/Kerri Russell, which you'll find me under the list of practitioners.
Great. Well, thank you so much. It's been lovely talking with you today.
Yeah, wonderful. Thanks, Lorelei.
You're welcome. And so everyone listening, so you can learn more about our events and more of our practitioners at MetaphysicalEmpowermentEvents.com. Take care.
Great.